everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Hardcore Season 2 world. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Today has not gone so well for me, because today I broke my netherite shovel while digging sand earlier. Rest in peace, Spoon. You died doing what you loved doing best. You dug sand like you were digging sand. Sad times indeed. Why does it always rain on me? I've been having to make use out of my fortune shovel, which is still diamond. And I don't like fortune shovels. The only reason I have fortune on this shovel is so that I don't have silk touch on it when I try to gather snowballs. So that's a shame. I guess that means that we now need a new silk touch efficiency 5 shovel. What have we got in our toolbox? Do I need to buy some more? Maybe not. Oh! I already have a Silk Touch Efficiency 5 Unbreaking 3 shovel. It just needs mending. Okay. Do I have a mending book that I can put on this? Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh my goodness, that's expensive. Okay, but that's going to do the trick for now. I don't have to go all in on making myself a new shovel at the moment. That's good at least. So let's just go right ahead and repair that old bad boy right back to full durability. I feel like I've brought a shovel back from retirement. I think this might be one of my first shovels actually. I probably used it to its maximum. That's why it cost 33 levels to put the mending book on it. It's because it had been well loved already. But anyway, today is also a happy day because today is in fact the day that I finally finish mining for diamonds. That's right, everyone, we now have the diamond ores required to finish the blue lava floor back at spawn. So I believe we have in this chest here 2 stacks of diamond ores and 11 spare. On this diamond run, I only used Silk Touch, just in case I ever wanted these deep slate blocks, the normal ones. Not the cobbled deep slate, the original deep slate, the stony deep slate, this stuff here, you know? So, we now have 2 stacks and 11 diamond ores that we need to fortune up. And the reason I'm so confident that we finally have enough diamond ores is because I only need 13 diamond blocks to finish the floor. At least I think that was the number I needed anyway. And I think I'll definitely get enough diamonds for that from 2 stacks of diamond ores. And if I went over, that's fine. We can use the spares for netherite in the future. And that leaves us all finished up. How many diamond blocks is this going to be? Oh, that's the wrong item. Okay, so we have 4 stacks and 53 diamonds, and it comes out to 34 diamond blocks, which is way more than what we needed. I can't believe I'm done. I can't believe it. We're finally going to be done with the diamonds. It's taken me such a long time to reach this day. I mean, just look at this floor. It looks beautiful. It's still not finished, but all we have left to do is this line here. So, let's just knock out all of the sculk veins first. Is that 13? It is. Excellent. I didn't miscount then. And in go the final diamond blocks required for the floor. And there we go. Just like that. The last of the diamonds are in. Let's see. Oh! It's done! It's finally done. Now I just need one last thing for the floor. I need sea lanterns. It's just one grind after the next, isn't it? So in case anyone is interested, I have mined... How much deep slate? Where is it? Here we go. I have mined 388,336 deep slate for all of those diamonds. And that comes out to 13,769 diamond ores. Now, a lot of those were silk touched up first, so I probably got just over half of those. Oh yeah, you can totally just subtract the amount of diamond ores that I have used. Those are diamond ores that I have placed into the world so that I can mine them back up again. So you can subtract 6,803 diamond ores from 13,769, and theoretically that's somewhat close to the number of diamond ores that I needed to finish that floor. And I know the number one question in all of your minds: just how many diamond blocks is that? Well, I was busy making sure every time I added diamond blocks to the floor to make a note of how many I added. And we started adding diamond blocks to the floor back in episode 22, and we're finishing now in episode 45. And across all of those episodes, we added a total of 1,545 diamond blocks to the floor. That is a very high number. I am never going to try and go mining for that amount of diamond blocks ever again. I mean, I'm more than happy to try and just naturally come across those diamond ores in front of my face, but I will not go looking specifically for them ever again, because I've mined too many diamonds for this world, I think. Too many diamond ores, too many mining sessions for too long. Oh my goodness. And back when I started doing this thing, I also asked the question to all of you: how many diamond blocks do you think that I would get into the diamond floor, with a reward of giving a shout out to the person who got the closest to the actual number? And the closest guess, with a guess of 1,380 diamond blocks total, is from Vision of the Sun. Congrats, mate. Your guess was pretty good. And my guess, I didn't really vocalize it because I didn't want to go putting numbers into people's heads, but my guess was actually a shulker box's worth of diamond blocks, which comes out to 1,728 diamond blocks, which ended up being a pretty good guess as well. But anyway, as the sun is rising, so does the return of an old segment from last year. I need to build this volcano here. It needs to be finished, well, not finished. I need to get the sides built up, and I'd like to get that done before episode 50. So if I do one segment per episode, that puts me on track to get that done. So with that being the case, let's kickstart that first time lapse of the day and get back to building our volcano, shall we? Let's go. And welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. We now have a fully completed segment, another segment for the corrupted volcano back at spawn. So this actually equals 4. We've got 4 out of 4 segments completed. So all we've got left now is this one, and then there's the 2 at the front as well. So we're basically halfway done at this point, which is pretty good. Ow. Just face planted a wall. And I feel like it's something that I certainly see from this view now as well. I can see the hood of the volcano beginning to surround our gatehouse at the front here. And I think we'll probably go for... We won't go for this segment next. We'll probably go for the other 2 at the back there. And then that will leave us with the front 2 here. and I can have fun trying to build out the front of the volcano itself, which is going to be rather difficult because it's not just a matter of going straight upwards, because I've got this weird little thing here where I've got one mountain there and one mountain there and a bridge, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it. Like, am I going to have this be a cave? Maybe. I've even built a bit of a structure there for a little bit of a skeletal frame to build a bit of a cave, but we will see how that goes. I might end up just getting rid of that, to be honest. Should this be a valley? Should I move the river? These are questions that I don't know the answer to just yet. And I've just realised that it's raining again. Why is it always raining? My goodness. Please, Mojang, please slow down the rain. Please make it less frequent. I feel like it's always raining. Ah, there they go. The Great Warden migration continues. So yeah, we've now got 4 segments fully completed, which leaves us with 4 left to go. We are halfway. So now it's back to the enchanted forest for our resin farm, and I'm here because, well, we still have plenty of work to do here. We haven't done anything with the floor. The floor desperately needs some love. And we also need to do something with the sides of the area here as well. Like, I've just got a sudden stop, and then it's the horizon, and that doesn't look good at all. I need something here, some kind of wall, maybe a wall of trees. Yeah, a wall of trees for an enchanted forest. That would be a good idea. We could do that. So we're definitely going to need something of that kind. I don't think I'll work on that just yet, though. We have a lot of stuff to do here. It's not just the floor. It's not just the walls. I kind of want to do something with the sky, and not only that, I kind of want to finish this resin farm project before episode 50. So, wish me luck, and we'll see how that goes. Now, first things first. I placed a resin block here last time in the time lapse, so I had somewhere to mark off a little location which did not have a kelp farm directly beneath it. So, see, as you can see here, there is a gap in the floor, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to add a little something something in the form of what I think is probably going to end up being a large-ish pond. I would really love for there to be some kind of pond in this place, although maybe we'll end up taking off the blocks off the top of the kelp farm as well. This is going to be hard. I thought I might have had more space than I actually did, and I don't think it's going to turn out that well. But we'll see what we can do. Those resin patches, those resin areas at the sides will merely be the edges of our little pond here. But I was thinking of having this little body of water go around in this direction. Oh, that's convenient. There is no kelp farm just there. I don't have to worry about the floor just there then. So we can pull this all the way back over here. Lovely. Although we do have to be mindful of the redstone just here. We'll cover that up. So I think this will be a good enough kind of pond shape. For now at least. So let's just line the outside of it with mud. Really, I have one goal with this place, and that is for it to be as naturally cozy and comfy as possible. I want this place to feel like a natural area. It can't be manufactured in any way whatsoever. That's why I completely built these custom trees entirely by hand with no prior planning, just off the cuff placing blocks. I don't want anything to feel manufactured here. Can't be man-made, other than the things that are obviously man-made, like an actual build. So I want to try and emulate something from Hardcore Season 1 here. For those of you who remember Froggy Hole, that was a build that I had back at spawn, and it was the coziest place, the most naturally luscious place in my Hardcore Season 1 world, and it was a bit of a soft spot for me. because I could just go there and relax. It was... I didn't even need to do anything there. I could just sit there and take in the view, and I want to be able to do that here. So one thing we're going to have to do is very carefully take back the sides of our little kelp farms here and hope that we don't break anything. Although I think we'll be fine here, on this side at least. We're not going to have something that's too deep, but at the same time, I can't go beneath this this layer of resin here, because this goes straight into our kelp farm, and I don't want to end up breaking that, if possible. So if I could do something like that... Yeah, I think we've gotten away with it. Yeah, we should be good from now on. I don't need to worry anymore. And then it should be as simple as going a layer further down and just building out the rest of this little pond area here. For goodness sake, we've got phantoms. They're just going to be screaming away, and I won't be able to hit them. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to be up here for this. Die! 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 Okay, so in that case, we'll need grass there. Then we can go one layer further down for the bottom of our pond. There we go. This should make for a nice pond, I think. I just need to cover up this observer, the target block, and this piece of redstone dust here. I think we can do with a stone slab and maybe a couple of spruce slabs. So we've got some spruce slabs here. What else can we use? Trapdoor. We could also use that. Maybe a stair. So if I put a stair there, a trapdoor there, and also a slab there, that should keep the redstone protected. Although, maybe I shouldn't have the trapdoor directly over the redstone dust. Okay, we'll just have to do something like that. That should work. I like that. The redstone has been saved. That means that we can just go right ahead and start adding water back in. Or, well, not back in, because it didn't have the water in the first place. But we can make this an actual watery pond. It'll be lovely. Ah, good. The grass is dying. That's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to have to break all of the grass blocks just to put some mud in, or clay, or whatever. And now for the last layer of water. And voila! We now have a nice pond. We can put some stuff in here, make it feel like it's well lived in. We could get some leaves in here for some underwater life. Maybe even some fish. We could get some fish in here. We could definitely get some fish in here, but we won't do that just yet. So now I should be able to go along with this water bottle and just increase the mud content of this pond quite considerably. Although we don't want the whole thing to be mud. We're also going to use clay, which I have in this shulker box here. I think we'll try and mix some of those blocks into the pond here as well. Oh, converting to mud is so easy when all you have is a glass bottle and some dirt. I was worried I would need a proper mud farm to fill this in, but this is rather easy, and it's not painful in any way. Well, I mean, other than the swimming mechanics, but I think this is working easily enough. Now, I would quite like to put some clay in here, so let's try and do our best to put that in without letting water go everywhere beneath us. We're just going to have some little clay deposits here and there within the pond itself. Where did you come from? No, you're not allowed here. Oh. Ugh. Great. I've got a spawnable space somewhere, I think. Very nice. We've got some clay blobs in there. Maybe I should get some wood as well. Just because I've got some planks here, it might be good to have something wooden just here for whatever reason I may need it for. just add some extra planks to the floor, just to make it look a little bit like it's supposed to be here. I mean, aesthetically and functionally, this wood has no reason to be here at all. But I think just adding a few blocks of it makes it blend in just a little bit, to the point where your mind doesn't really question it that much. Because this is covering up our redstone, and we don't want to have that exposed to water, so I think that does the trick. We could even have another block just over here or something. And now we can start adding things to make this feel a little bit more lived in. We can put some leaves in. This could be some foliage from the trees above that's fallen into the pond and it's just settled on the floor like so. I love the fact that you can waterlog leaves now, because that is perfect. And then we can go in and add some kelp. And then we can go in and add some kelp to add some movement to our pond. You see how it likes to sway in the water there? That's good. We want some of that. Do we have too much? We have too much. Okay, so we don't need nearly as much as what we just put in. Just enough to create the idea of movement within the water itself. Yeah, I think that's a much better amount. Then we can come in with the sea pickles. Of course, we need something to light up the pond. I feel like that's something I want to do, is I want to have a lot of either natural lighting in ponds like this, or hidden lighting underneath the trees, because one way of making an enchanted forest feel enchanted is if you've got light sources coming from seemingly nowhere, like there's magic within the area, bringing the area to life through the power of light. That is something that I think we're going to try and go for here. And we can even get some small drip leaves added. Although I should try to be conservative with those things because I don't have too many of them. But we do have some more of the bigger variety as well. And we could probably do with some seagrass as well. So let's just go in with some bone meal and see how that comes out. Whoa. Whoops. I just lost a small drip leaf. Okay. And then I think the last thing we can add to our little pond in our enchanted forest here is some various different lily pads around the pond itself. There we go. Isn't this lovely? Oh, it's so luscious and green and so much plant life in here. I've got to get some fish. Right, I've got some buckets. I'm above an ocean. Let's get some cod. Geronimo! Lovely. Okay. That's 2 fish acquired. I think we're going to need something more than just cod. I'd quite like some tropical fish as well. But for now, this will certainly be enough to make it look like there is some fish within the pond itself. Might just bring some of these drip leaves up by 1 block as well. The ones on the edges, that is. And there we go. We can now parkour over the pond. Although I might build an official way of getting over this, like an actual bridge. Because that's something else I want to have in this enchanted forest of ours, is a bit of a pathway leading around. So that you've got a bit of a walkway to walk through our lovely little enchanted forest here. One that takes you all the way around and lets you view all of the trees and all of their glory. So, what do you think of my pond? So luscious! So green, there's so much plant life, we've got fish in there. Isn't it lovely? But anyway, that is just a drop in the ocean of the kind of stuff that I would like to build into the floor of our enchanted forest here. That is the goal for this episode. I need to construct a floor for the entire place, and it's not just grass with some random torches here and there. No, maybe we could even get like a campfire, a campsite just over here. That could be good. And I might even take this opportunity to finish the sides off, give this place an actual wall so that I'm not just instantly staring off into the horizon. I don't like the fact that I'm doing that at all. Oh, and the area next to the creaking hearts is going to be fun as well, because it all needs to be spawn-proof over here. We can't have the creaking spawning on our floor. That's why I've got all of this carpet in place at the moment. We can't have the creakings be loose. I can't kill them without knocking out the creaking heart. So let's kickstart the second time-lapse of the episode. Hope you enjoy, everyone. I'll be back with you in a sec. And welcome back, everyone. We have completed the forest floor for the enchanted forest, and I think it looks pretty cool. It looks so natural, it looks overgrown. We've got flowers everywhere, we've got some mushrooms, we've got light mushrooms in the form of an enrod and a red mushroom block. Ah, I am falling in love with this place every time I work on it. It's not just a resin farm anymore. It's something more, and I'm even happy with the way that I've been working on avoiding spawn-proofing the area without using just the moss carpets for the creakings, because the creakings, they follow different spawning rules to most other things. They will spawn in full brightness, they will spawn on top of things like glass and buttons, so I've been trying to stop them from spawning and doing my best to avoid that. And I've incorporated the decoration into that. So we've got a pond here. That will spawn-proof that because they can't spawn on water. And then I've got some azalea bushes with moss carpets on top. And I've also got the spruce fences alongside the sides of the paths as well, which don't need to be there, but I feel like they do add something. Like, the path is supposed to be there. It's not just well-trodden. You can hear the creaking spawning up there now. They're already coming down the hole. Okay, have a good whack. There you go. Thanks for the resin. This place is looking pretty good. I've even incorporated a lot of eye blossoms into this place as well. And the reason for that is because they do open up at nighttime. This one's opened up, for example. And I think that'll be helpful because at some stage I will be building my own skybox around this place so that we're not exposed to the open sky. And once we do that, I will need a way of seeing whether it's day or night. And these eye blossoms will be very handy when it comes to that. But unfortunately, they don't all just automatically open straight away at the start of nighttime. They just sort of do it on their own, in their own time. They're kind of lazy about it, honestly. So we've got plenty of eye blossoms around so that I don't need to worry too much about that. But they're opening up, that's pretty good. I didn't build as much as I'd hoped to do in that time-lapse though, unfortunately. I was hoping to get some walls into the sides here so that we don't just have this sharp cut off for a horizon. I really don't like that. But we have done a pretty good job, I think. I like what I've done for the floors around the trees. We've got them surrounded by podzol and then surrounded that with coarse dirt, and I think that transitions really well into grass. It definitely feels more like I've got a forest floor here now. And for the ice tree, I decided to add a bit of a proper snowy floor surrounding it, so that it doesn't just look incredibly out of place. I've built numerous ponds, all of the same kind, but honestly, I like seeing them around. It makes this place feel so luscious. And over here, we have a small campsite. We've got 3 tents of different designs, and honestly, I have never built a tent before. If you saw my first attempt at building a tent, you know what, I'll probably show a screenshot or something right now, but it was horrible. And I looked at it and I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do here? And eventually I worked it out. I think this does pretty well. These berry bushes, I keep walking into them and they keep damaging me. But I'm going to keep them because I think they look good. But yes, we have this campsite here. They've got beds in each tent. I will never click on one of those because I don't want to sleep. I also like how the campfires add a lot of energy and movement to this area as well. I think what this campsite is really missing though is inhabitants. So I'll have a think of what kind of mobs I should put here. But I do like the idea of just having someone living in the enchanted forest here. Or maybe I could get some foxes in here as well. They could eat the berries of the berry bushes. Oh. They could also sleep under the trees. Could look so cozy here. I've also made some of my own custom bushes. As you can see here, we've got a dead bush with some azalea leaves on top of it. And I feel like that creates a nice mini azalea tree. I like it. And for the nether trees, I decided to bring in a little bit of the nether for the forest floor surrounding them. So with the warped tree, we've got the warped nylium. And for the crimson tree, we have the crimson nylium. And since the amethyst tree seems to be more rocky, I decided to go with a deep slate floor surrounding it and even include some other precious gems and metals. So we've got some gold, we've got some diamonds, and a little bit of lapis as well surrounding it. And I decided that a good way to blend the deep slate into the grass is to transition from deep slate to tough to mossy cobble to glow lichen on grass, and I think that transition works really well. I think the one thing I need to finish this area of the enchanted forest though is to bring a little bit... Oh my goodness, the creakings are so loud. I need to bring some nature here. You know what? I'm just going to spawn all the creakings and let them fall in the hole. Yes, down you go. All swept in, please. Get in there. Without any resistance, please. Just get in. So this area here, just behind... Goodbye, creakings. So this area here, just behind the area where I swipe at them all with the sword to get the resin, it feels a little bit bare compared to everywhere else in the enchanted forest. So I need some ideas on how I tackle this problem. Maybe I should just put some more custom trees here, some mini ones. Like a tiny spruce tree, a tiny oak or something like that. I just need something that isn't just moss carpet to block the creaking spawns. We only want them spawning up there on our spawning platform. Anywhere else? And that is a crime! Oh, and the chest monster grows ever larger the longer I work on this place. I do have to wonder just what exactly I will be looking at by the time I finish this project. It's a mess now, but I at least know what all of these chests are. And kinda what's in these. Like, this is andesite. This is not what I was going to say it was. I was going to say that this was filled with coral. But I think that's these chilkers there. Yeah, there we go. There's our coral. I told you, I know where the stuff is, kind of, generally. Yeah, let's just leave it at that, eh? So yeah, I think the Enchanted Forest project is coming along really nicely. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you all enjoyed this episode, everyone. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!